11 years ago he was lining up to take part in the biggest club match in world football. During an illustrious 7-year career in the Premier League, he pocketed millions of pounds in wages, lived in a mansion and drove flashy cars. Now ex-Arsenal defender Emmanuel Eboue spends his days hiding from bailiffs, sometimes sleeps on the floor of a friend's home, travels by bus and even cleans his clothes by hand because he has no washing machine. Today, the 34-year-old tells how his staggering riches-to-rags plight has pushed him to the brink of suicide. "I want God to help me," he says. "Only He can help take these thoughts from my mind." To listen to Eboue open his heart is as harrowing as it is shocking. He wants to talk openly and honestly in a bid to encourage others going through the same ordeal to open up. The Sunday Mirror, through its Time to Change campaign, has been battling for the past 6 years to smash the stigma associated with the mental ill health with which Eboue is now suffering. At the peak of his career with Arsenal he became a fan's favourite. He was part of the side that faced Barcelona in the 2006 Champions League final. Arsenal lost, but Eboue remains a cult hero at the Emirates Stadium, as much for his happy demeanour and his goal celebrations as the ability which saw him help the Ivory Coast reach the 2012 Africa Cup of Nations final. That joy, however, has been replaced by tears and a deep fear of the future. Eboue, currently unable to play football because of ill health, says he has been pushed to the brink. It is now 3 weeks since a deadline passed for Eboue to surrender ownership of the North London home he used to share with Aurelie. A judge will sign the transfer if Eboue does not do so. The player and his wife lived there in happier times before Eboue bought a mansion which Aurelie has now put on the market. He understands she will rent out the Enfield property. So Eboue, his belongings in bags, now awaits the knock that will see him ordered to leave at any time. The worried star said, "I can't afford the money to continue to have any lawyer or barrister. I am in the house but I am scared. Because I don't know what time the police will come. Sometimes I shut off the lights because I don't want people to know that I am inside. I put everything behind the door. My own house, I suffered to buy my house, but I am now scared. I am not going to sell my clothes or sell what I have. I will fight until the end because it is not fair." Eboue has taken a huge fall from the days he netted millions at Arsenal and then more than £1.5 million a year at Turkish side Galatasaray. His dream of a Premier League return with Suicidal evaporated last year, however, after he was hit with a 12-month ban by FIFA after a dispute with a former agent. Eboue says he was never given guidance to manage his finances. Insisting his wife looked after most of their affairs, he admits being Eve with money. He also claims he was beset by a string of people who gave bad advice and lost him huge sums. With a limited education, Eboue is paying the price for being unaware of his financial situation.